One.
Hello, this is John Barton from JB Cases. So right now I am watching a video I found online. I came across in my Facebook feed, and it is of whoops, what happened there? Are we recording? Okay, sorry. Hi, this is John Barton, JB Cases. So I'm watching a video feed here, um, and it is two ladies playing, Jackie Flores and Amanda Andrees. And from what I can tell, they're relatively low-level players, but they're very brave. They're putting their money up and battling it out for $1,000. So kudos to them. But there's a few things I noticed in this little sequence here that I'm going to show you that have to do with center to edge aiming and why it's important. So keep in mind when I do this, I'm telling you these are um, I guess D-level players. Somebody said that or something like that. I don't know what speed these guys are. I'm only interested in this one. Let's see, they've got a 3-hour match here, and I'm only interested in this little part that I saw because I think that it's instructive um, as regard to center to edge aiming. Okay. I'm sure there's going to be lots of examples in this match of where center to edge aiming can play a part, but I'm going to use this little sequence here just to kind of give you my thoughts on it. Okay. If you don't know what center to edge aiming is, you can find out lots of information all over the web. There's going to be all kinds of information. A lot of it is not, quote unquote official. This is the guy right here, Stan Shuffett. He's the main guru of center to edge aiming and the Pro One version of it. As you can see here, so his website is justqit.com. You're not going to be able to find out much information there. He's redoing the site. He's doing a big book on it, and he's going to be doing a new series of videos on it. So if you're interested in learning center to edge aiming, though, you can contact him, and he can get you started and point you in the right direction, as can I. Okay, so let's look at this video here real quick. So right now, what has happened is the other player has missed a ball, left it in the corner. She played the cue ball off the rail. It came around, and then we're going to see where it comes to rest right here. So here's a good shot right here where now see how she comes around and she aims this here. She's kind of putting her cue underneath her, and she goes real quick. So I'm not sure what she was doing there. Is she looking for a ghost ball? Is she looking? I mean, she was pointing her cue through to the center of the pocket. But then she quickly moves around to the other side of the table and gets in her shooting stance. And so now look how badly she missed that shot right there. Okay, so you see that she missed it like on the first diamond right here. And let me see if I got little arrows. Can I use my little arrows? Okay. Oh, well, I'm not going to use the arrows. Anyway, I'm going to pause it right here, though. Oh, back to play. All right, so we're going to pause it. Now, so the way she aimed that was she came around and put her cue through the center of the ball, and then she kind of drew her cue back a little bit. So I wasn't sure if she was going for like, where's the ghost ball position on there? And then she swings around the table and she quickly gets into her stance without even really looking, at least that's the way it looked like to me, at the line here. So she was looking at something down here and she quickly got into her stance to do that. So now, if I were doing that shot, I would look at it from here, from over here where the shot was standing. I wouldn't even bother to go over here and look at it because I can look at the cue ball to the 8-ball right there, and I can say to myself, okay, center to edge puts me in this position. Then from there, I'm going to look, do I need A, B, or C? And I'm going to get that. Which visual do I need? And I'm going to go right into the shot from there. And I know that I'm confident at that point that I'm on the right aiming line. So here's the thing. You can be dead on the right aiming line and dog it. But if you use center to edge aiming, you're going to be very close. If you miss that shot right there, you're not likely to miss it here. You're likely to miss it somewhere in here. Plus, it gives you the confidence to be able to play the spin that you need. In this case, I would have just shot it like a stop shot, so the cue ball goes across table and back to right about here. Now, keep in mind, I say that I'm a 600 speed player. That's what I would want to do, but I've dogged plenty of shots too. So I'm not ragging on this young lady at all about that, because all of us have dogged shots like that, including me. Not ragging on her at all. All I'm concerned with right here is the way she aimed the shot and then the result. Okay, so I want to say that she could have been aimed perfectly. I don't know that. Hard to tell from watching this. Could have been execution error right there. But what I do know is when I go around and I show you the rest of these shots, you're going to see two different methods here, or you'll see something similar. Just watch. Okay, just watch. So this young lady makes a good shot right here, but she's going to not get position. So maybe she's got a little bit better way to aim. She stands up behind the ball, and now she's going to come over and kind of get her line. And this is the way you'll see a lot of people aim right here, is you'll see them. Let me move my face out of the way. I don't know if you guys can see that. You'll see them kind of look at the ball and then get into it. There's a lot of different ways to aim if you really start looking at what people are doing. So she makes a great shot right there, but then comes up short. Now right here, for example, oops, hold on. Should probably learn how to use the video thingy before we do it, huh? Okay. So back to this. Okay, let's see how she did. Sorry about that. I don't use those tools a lot. Yeah, and I'm looking at the comments over here, and really, kudos to them. It's really brave to get on stream. I know from personal experience it's real hard. So you'll notice here she missed it by more than a ball over here. So again, center to edge aiming. Look up CTE banking on YouTube. CTE banking. Look that up. Now I want you to watch how this young lady aims this shot in comparison to the way she aimed the 8-ball earlier. Okay, so she's lining up through the ball to the pocket, which is the way we're taught in a lot of books, a lot of textbooks, a lot of instructors will teach you that. Now she's coming down to look for a contact point on the ball. And now she's going to go down, I think, to the rail right there. So she's got her tip now. It looks like the tip's kind of under the ball, but I want to stop it right here. Okay, so I've stopped it right here. So I know that this little video thing's in the way, but when she put her tip down right here under the ball, the problem was that it looked like, I'm not sure what she was looking at here, but I don't think she was looking at a ghost ball, because if that's where she wants to send the ball, now I'll preface this with I know what's going to happen, okay? But if that's where she's going to send the ball, then she's going to end up cutting this ball too thin. So she's gonna severely undercut this ball, or actually I guess from here it would be overcut, right? Yeah, she's gonna severely overcut this ball, because that's not where the actual ghost ball is. The actual ghost ball is like right about in here, where I've got the little finger. I don't know if you can see that. So basically, that's what I think is going to happen. Now, I do know what's going to happen, but I'm going to go ahead and show you. But what you saw was she got over the ball, she got a line, she got a point, she got a point on the cloth where she wants to hit, and so she gets down to aim, basically looking from the cue ball to some point that she's identified down here, okay, on the cloth. So one thing I want to say about this is it's very difficult to see any point on the cloth or anything unless you have some kind of visual marker, like you've identified a dot or a chalk mark or something on there that's actually physically there. It's really hard to hold on to some arbitrary point on the, just because you put your cue down. As soon as you pick your cue up, standing up, you're in a different position. Okay. Now, if she had center to edge aiming from this point right here, I would look at this shot, and I know that I have to cut it to the right. So I'm going to use the left edge. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit dyslexic here. I know that I have to cut it to the left. So I'm going to use the right edge of the ball. And in this particular shot, it's going to be edge to A. Now, when I say edge to A, I know some of you don't know what that means, but basically I'm telling myself a key in my head. So it's going to be center to edge, edge to A, and most likely here it's going to be an inside sweep. So all that I just said, all of that I just said, literally goes down in my head in a matter of milliseconds as I sit there and I look at this shot. So I'm standing behind it and I'm looking at it and I'm getting my body in position. And when I've got my body in position, according to the rules, according to the lines, the objective lines, that's when I go down to the shot. So if I get down on this shot, I promise you that if I miss this ball, I will miss it somewhere within at least half a ball if I miss it at all on this shot. Now, of course, again, execution plays a part. So let's see what happens. See, from that position right there, I can tell you that her stroke looked pretty straight there, so it wasn't any wobble in the stroke, so she was just aimed wrong with that shot. Now this young lady comes over. I don't know what's going to happen here. I didn't look at it, so we'll watch the finish of this shot, see if she makes it. She comes over and looks at it from the back of the ball. Okay. So again here, I'll stop it right here because I'm pretty sure she's going to make it right there. So again, we've seen a series of 3 shots here, 3 or 4 shots, where it's not the stroke, it's the aim. It's purely aiming wrong, in my opinion, watching these shots, this sequence of shots here. And this is something that you're not going to see a lot when you watch the pros, because the pros, they're very consistent, they rarely miss. And it's really hard to tell with them whether they aimed wrong or whether they had execution issues. And I think it's a lot easier when you're watching amateurs, so if you watch me play, you'll see it all the time. If you'll see me do, even as much as I've tried to get the really bad stroke habits out of my game, I personally am at the point in my life where I'm just not willing to put in 4 or 5 hours a day retraining my muscles and learning, and I don't have the time to do it. But I know from my own perspective, that when I stroke straight and I use centered edge aiming, then I'm going to make a lot more balls. So anyway, there's a good lesson for you right there. You can rewatch it, see what you want. This is, by the way, Upstate Al videos, so you can see it right here, Upstate Al. You can go to his Facebook channel and you can see this recorded match. And again, to these young ladies, man, you guys are awesome. Great going. Good that you've opened yourself up to being, watched on here, and neither of you are world beaters yet, but I'll tell you what, it absolutely is showing a lot of heart and a lot of bravery to get on here and play, knowing that there's going to be a lot of people critiquing this. Now, I'm hoping that you'll take this as constructive criticism. I know both of you are going to get a lot better and probably, at some point maybe even be world beaters. But I hope that you're not mad at me for using you at this point to demonstrate the importance of aiming. And especially, I want to give a shout out to center to edge aiming. Okay. So there are other systems out there that are pretty good, but I find that center to edge aiming is the most accurate of them that I like to use. Okay. So that's it. Thank you guys very much. And keep on playing pool. Keep on having fun. Bye-bye.